Sup YT, Wired here, and welcome to the second episode of the Gaming Scrap Heap, my weekly, two-monthly show that covers channel updates, viewer questions, and also topics in the gaming world. Okay, so before we get on to the actual channel update, I got a few topics I want to go over. First thing is, we've reached over 500 subscribers now. I want to thank everybody who's subscribed to the channel, especially those guys that are definitely like being involved, posting comments, suggestions, questions, things like that. I appreciate it immensely. You have no idea how humbled I am that 500 plus people actually want to listen to my voice and watch me play video games. You have no idea how humbled I am by that. So once again, thank you guys so much for subscribing to the channel. I know it's only a simple button that you click, but it means so much to have more and more people every day wanting to watch me play video games, commentate, make jokes. You know, I never thought I was funny enough or good enough at video games to ever get this many subscribers. So once again, I appreciate it. Thank you guys very much. Alright, the next topic I want to talk about is donations. Some people have asked me in the private messages if they could send me money. For right now, guys, just donate your time to the channel. Comment, rate, like videos, stuff like that. That's way more important right now than actually sending me money. Eventually, I will open up some donations, but for right now, no donations required, no strings attached. So please just come to my channel and have some fun. It's all about being a casual gamer here. So like I said, no donations for now. However, in the future, eventually, I probably will open donations. But for right now, just donate your time. Okay, so all that stuff aside, let's go on to the actual channel updates. I'm going to be putting up 2 polls coming up this week. The first one is for Infamous 2. Please vote on this poll. I am going to be putting the polls up way more often now that we have over 500 subscribers, because I'm hoping they will perform better than they have in the past and will actually make a difference in what games we're going to be doing. And as far as that's concerned, there will be an Infamous 2 poll up picking which side you'd like to see. That means either good or evil. So make sure you guys get your votes in on that. That'll probably be up by the end of the week. Remember, Infamous comes out on June 7th. Okay, next up on the channel, we're going to be doing way more multiplayer as far as co-op is concerned. I know I've mostly done a lot of single player and a lot of just competitive multiplayer on the channel so far. But we're going to try to get some more co-op in, either with my buddy Paul or just some randoms online. I really can't guarantee who I'm going to be playing with. I don't have like a big pool of friends who buy a lot of different games. Most people I know are either SOCOM players or are Call of Duty players. So we'll try to get a lot more co-op on the channel for you guys. I know you guys like watching co-op games. So we'll see how that pans out. Alright, another update I want to just mention real quick is we're going to be canceling the playthrough of Outland for the PlayStation Network. Simply because of the amount of time that has passed since I said I was going to play that game. At this point, I don't even want to play it now. And it's kind of a waste. I don't think anybody's going to want to watch something that's 2 months old. So I'm not going to be playing Outland. However, we are going to be replacing that PSN title with a new one, but we will get into that later on in this channel update. Lastly, on the channel updates, I just want to mention that if anybody has artistic talents in Photoshop or other things like that, to just contact me if you'd like to help me improve my background qualities and also some of the production values as far as photoshopped items and things like this. I like really clean things. I own the rights to all the robot stuff on my channel. That's all owned by me, hand-drawn by me, and vectored by me. I'm a Photoshop guy. I do work a lot with C4D, vector imaging, and things like that. However, I like to keep the stuff on this channel extremely clean, extremely streamlined, very modern looking. So if any of you guys would like to help me build a new background or just tips to increase the production values of my videos, things like that, I will give you all the credit in the world if you do help me do a background or something like that. Just like I said, just contact me about that. So let's move on to the most important thing in the channel update, which is the gaming schedule. Now, the question I get asked the most every day is, am I going to be playing this game or that game or this certain game? I'm just going to knock all those out of the park right now, and we're going to do what games are coming up. We're going to do the next 5 games that's going to be seen on the channel. So these are for sures. These 5 games are for sure. The first game for sure that we are going to be playing on the channel is Hunted: The Demon's Forge, which is a co-op game where you play as either an elf chick or some huge dude with a sword and shield. I'm not going to say much more about that game, but we will be playing that game on May 31st, 2011, and we will finish it. And like I said before, we are going to try to do some multiplayer co-op on that. The next game we're going to be playing is on June 7th. We're going to be playing Infamous 2. The game I'm most looking forward to in quarter 3 this year is by far Infamous 2. I expect great things from this game. It's a third-person action game. We're actually doing a playthrough of Infamous 1 right now. Well, it's kind of on hold because of LA Noire. However, we are going to continue it after LA Noire is finished. So if I don't finish Infamous 1 by the time Infamous 2 comes out, well, that's just going to be too bad. We will continue to play Infamous 2 regardless of the outcome of the Infamous 1 playthrough. However, the game comes out on June 7th. I'm going to actually probably do a midnight gameplay of this game simply because I want to get this game up as soon as I can to bring in the viewers, man, and also so you guys can get some first look footage on this game. Okay, also on June 7th or June 8th, either one, we're going to be playing Red Faction Armageddon. The newest third-person shooter from THQ. I'm not sure if it's a direct sequel or if it's a prequel or something like that to Red Faction Guerrilla, which came out I think last year or 2 years ago. But we will be playing that game on either the 7th or the 8th. Obviously, we're not going to finish that game in one day, but we're going to try and play the online of that too. So on June 7th and 8th, we will also be playing Red Faction Armageddon next to Infamous 2. Next up, on June 21st, we are going to be playing an RPG, finally. Yes, I know, my channel is pretty much RPG-esque, but we will be playing Dungeon Siege 3. A lot of people that are console players will never have heard of this game or even know what it is. Dungeon Siege 3 is very much a Diablo type of game. Pretty much top-down, overhead view, dungeon crawler with a lot of different like abilities and things like that and loot. The game is actually looking very exceptional. It's due out, remember, June 21st. We're definitely going to be playing that. It has 4-player co-op, I believe. We'll try to get a whole game going for you guys. I'll do my best. It's just so hard to keep people in the same game and record 4 voices at the same time, but I'll do my best to make it the best experience we possibly can. And, well, we got one more game to go. Okay, the last for sure game that we're going to be doing is the replacement to Outland this month called Under Siege. This game does not have Steven Seagal in it, so don't worry. However, it does have real-time strategy and also what looks to be like anime characters. It's developed in Europe, but it's filled with anime characters. Either way, this should be a great game for people that love weeaboo-ness or Japanophiles in general. I will be playing through this game whenever PlayStation stores back up. Be it next year, next month, next friggin' Christmas, I don't know. But when it does come up, we will be starting this game up too. It does come with online co-op, so we're probably going to be playing with other people. So this also reinforces my promise to upload more co-op gameplay, as it has been requested quite a bit. So as usual, look out for this too. Next up, we're going to do a pair of games that I'm not for sure I'm going to be playing on the channel. First up is Duke Nukem, the new one. I think it's just called Duke Nukem, I'm not sure. Either way, the new Duke Nukem, I'm not 100% sure if we're going to be playing through this game. I'm not one of those people that actually grew up on playing Duke Nukem. I actually played Final Fantasy games more than I played Duke Nukem. So, like I said, we'll see what pans out. I can't guarantee that this game's going to get played. So we'll see. Like I said, I'm not one of those guys that has to play the macho game. So Duke Nukem is a maybe at best. The next maybe game that I'm going to talk about is shit. What is the name of that game? I always forget the name of this freaking game, dude. Either way, it's a third-person shooter, and I know Electronic Arts is going to release it. I think it's called Shadows of the Damned. I'm not 100% sure. But it's like a survival horror game with a bunch of comedy in it, I want to say. It's actually being made by Shinji Mikami. Most of you don't know who that is, but if you do know who that is, then you know this game is probably going to be gold. He is the guy that is behind probably one of the best, probably the best survival horror game ever made, Resident Evil 4. Okay, so that brings us to the last section of the scrap heap this week, viewer questions. The first question I'm going to take a look at is actually one that's been asked by far more than one person, so I can't really accredit one person to asking this question as I would as another one. That is, will I be doing any Dragon Age 2 mage builds, a mage playthrough, or anything in general mage related? The answer to that question is very simple, and it is a no. I'm not playing any more Dragon Age 2 on the channel, especially not the regular vanilla game. If they do release some DLC that's worth a shit, I will probably do that. But until then, I'm not going to be adding any more Dragon Age 2 content, because I think not only am I sick of the game completely, but I think I've pretty much covered everything you need to know as not only a warrior but also as a rogue to dominate the hardest difficulties in the game. So that's covered. I don't think I need to cover anything else in Dragon Age. Obviously, mage players are disappointed at this. However, just a few simple searches on the internet will turn up something for how to build your mage. But as far as I'm concerned, I won't be posting anything mage related or playthrough related for Dragon Age 2. So you guys can just stop asking about Dragon Age 2 content in general. Alright, the next question we're going to look into is by the Fwapster, and he asks, what is the name of the songs that you use in your intros and both your reviews and your gaming scrap heap videos? That's pretty simple. The song I use for the intro to the reviews and some other miscellaneous videos is Don't You Ever by Spoon. That is EVAH, so it is Don't You Ever by Spoon. The song I use in my friggin' scrap heap videos is actually called Deathstroke by MGMT. DESTROKK by MGMT. MGMT obviously is MGMT. Okay, the last question asked by multiple people is how do I record my HD video and how do I do live commentary? First and foremost, I record HD video using a Hauppauge HD PVR 1212 model. You can find them on places like Amazon.com. They range from around $175 to $200 depending on what model you're looking for. How I record commentary is quite different than most people on YouTube that do Let's Play. I actually don't use a headset. I actually use a outbound sound recording mic called an Audio-Technica mic. It's a unidirectional mic that lets you do commentary and things like that and directly input your voice into a sound mixer. So I use a sound mixer to mix my voice into the game sound at the same time, which basically means I am able to combine my voice into the game sound by piping the game sound through the left speaker of my TV and piping my voice into the right speaker of the TV. That takes away a lot of the post-processing, like having to render videos in Sony Vegas before I upload them to YouTube, which allows me to bring you guys content 4 to 5 times faster than I normally would. And it also lets me stay within the demographic of actually giving you live unedited game footage, because I don't edit anything unless there's like nudity or something. Then I might edit that. Okay, so that pretty much ends all the questions I'm taking today. So please remember to post your comments, post questions that you want to see answered in the comments, or send me a private message. If your question's good, I will use it. Okay, so that pretty much brings us to the end of this episode of Scrap Heap. I hope you guys like the format. Remember to stay involved with the channel, to comment, rate, subscribe, and like. And once again, thanks everybody for 500 subscribers.